الفاتحة. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين واهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين حمدا حامدين حمدا شاكرين حمدا وافي ويكافي مزيدا. يا ربنا كالحمد كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك وعظيم سلطانك. Ya Allah, pada hari yang penuh bermakna ini kami berhimpun dengan penuh rasa kesyukuran di atas nikmat kesihatan, kesejahteraan, keamanan dan kemakmuran yang Engkau kurniakan. Ya Allah, Tuhan yang Maha Penyayang, bersempena dengan program pada hari ini, kami pohonkan Engkau permudahkanlah urusan kami agar program ini berlangsung dengan teratur serta tercapai segala objektifnya. Kurniakanlah kami keazaman untuk bekerja dengan tekun dengan penuh kesungguhan. Ya Allah, Tuhan yang Maha Pengasih, suburkanlah pada diri kami rasa cinta kasih sayang, kegembiraan, rasa bertanggung jawab serta semangat saling menghormati sesama manusia agar kami dapat memenuhi amanah dan menyantuni para pelanggan dengan tenang, dedikasi dengan penuh keikhlasan. Ya Allah, Tuhan yang Maha Mendengar, perkukuhkanlah keazaman, permuafakatan dan kesabaran. Anugerahilah kami kekuatan dan kesihatan untuk terus menyumbang jasa bakti di mana jua kami berada. Peliharalah kami dari perkara-perkara yang negatif, fitnah, perselisihan dan segala kejahatan. Semoga kami merasa aman dan tenang, produktif dalam melaksanakan tugas-tugas kami. Ya Allah, Tuhan yang Maha Memberi Kesejahteraan, jadikanlah perhimpunan kami perhimpunan yang dirahmati dan perpisahan kami selepas ini perpisahan yang terpelihara dari segala bencana. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad nabil karim walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Saha Encik Awang Dramat, Haji Awang Mat Yasin, Ketua Penolong Pengerakanan, Unit Pengurusan Hal Ehwal Murid, Sektor Penggunaan Murid, Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah, yang dihormati semua pegawai dan seluruh warga Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah, turut dialu-alukan penceramah-penceramah jemputan khas kita pada pagi hari ini, baik secara yang sedang berada di dalam talian sekarang dan turut dikasihi Encik Syafi'i selaku moderator kita pada pagi ini. Dan para hadirin, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan serta murid-murid yang diberkati sekalian yang sedang menonton secara langsung melalui saluran YouTube Sektor Sumber dan Teknologi Pendidikan Negeri Sabah. Apa khabar semuanya? Semoga semuanya sehat dan ceria pada pagi ini seperti mana kami yang sedang berada di konti pada ketika ini cukup ceria. Dan sekali lagi selamat datang ke program Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid bagi hari yang terakhir peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021 dan saya Puan Valerie Sinti semakan 7 taklimat pengajian luar negara yang akan dikongsikan oleh penceramah dan sebentar nanti akan turut sama akan diperkenalkan oleh moderator kita. Dan dengan itu, untuk tidak membuang masa, saya mempersilakan Encik Syafi'i untuk lebih lanjut memperkenalkan diri beliau dan seterusnya membawa kita langsung saja mengupas agenda kita sepanjang hari ini, iaitu Taklimat Kursus Pengajian Luar Negara. Dipersilakan Encik Syafi'i.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, Sabah the Great. Say no to number 16 and say yes to top 10. I am Shafi bin Muhammad, your moderator for our forum today. We are going to talk and to brief about courses studying abroad. We, as secretary of this forum, are welcoming all of you to Sabah Education Department Student Career Education Forum Tour 2021. Even in the middle of the difficulties facing the COVID-19 pandemic, our forum is broadcast live via YouTube. Today is our final day and it is our great pleasure to have 7 guests to talk and deliver the briefing on courses studying abroad. Our first guest from NPW UK, Ms. Yasmin Anggun Lesari. Second guest, Northumbria University, Mr. Zulkhairi Ahmad, Partner and Recruitment Officer. And our third guest, Southampton University, Mr. Umar Razak, Executive. And our next guest is Harriet Ward University, Mr. Daniel Lung. And BHMS Switzerland as our fifth guest, Mr. Liu Eng, Asian Regional Manager. And our sixth guest, SIM Singapore, Mr. Wong Yok Yao. And our final presenter, our final guest, Xiamen University, Miss Jessica Hong, as a Student Recruitment Office Executive. As a reminder, you will have 30 minutes to brief and present. We are moving to first guest, MPW UK, Miss Yasmin Anggun Lesari. As a reminder to you, Miss Yasmin, you have 30 minutes to present and to talk about MPW UK. Presenting to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Good morning, everyone. We will start with our video from MPW. University, including Oxford, Cambridge, and London University. I have just done my offer from Edinburgh to read medicine. I need a 3A, so things from quite all of my December for biotechnology. My first note is to help me figure all my offers, and now Gordon and offers of my university The thing that I like the most about PW, I would say, is teachers. I really like the way they teach and helping understand, and they also provide extra resources to help us I really like my personal teacher because I can go and ask him everything because he will help me and he will support me. I like the English because it's quite small and tasty and it's very focused on studying and academic.
I like it a little bit, but very honestly, it's a little soft. I love it. I love it. It's so much to do. Students in the first presentation college have an opportunity to do there is such a variety of things to do and to go more.
I definitely would recommend MPW to anyone who wants to achieve their very best.
Students who get a very rich academic, social experience, they will learn to become outstanding scholars, but they'll also grow as people, make friends. It's the whole range of experiences which make NPW a great place to study at.
So, yes, sorry. So that is our video from MPW. From the video, we can see that MPW, we have 3 campuses. We have one in London and we have Birmingham and Cambridge. We founded in 1973, founded by 3 men from Cambridge University, graduated from Cambridge University, Mr. Mander, Mr. Portman, and Mr. Woodward. That is where the name come from, MPW. So the unique things of us is because in our college, not like most colleges that for international students, in our college in MPW, the majority are still local students, which is we have 70%. In our A-level program is a local students. There are came from a lot of cities in the UK. So which is it's a good thing for international students, like students from Malaysia, because when students come to study with us, then they will have a chance to mingle with a local student where they can learn a lot, not only about the academic, but about how they live, how they study, the tradition and everything. So this part is also important for international students. And in MPW, we have a unique setup, which is even we do have a lot of local students, but the setup in how we deliver the program is more for international students with, which is every class arranged set up by a small set of classes. Like for A-level, maximum is only 9 students in the class, as well as for GCSE, because in MPW, we have GCSE, we have IGCSE, we have A-level and foundation program. So A-level will be only 9 students per class. And then all
that the kids will progress to the good university. So with the small classes, every teachers will have a lot of chance to give individual support. So that is why even we do accept students with, let's say, C or B. Not all of our students is a straight A students. We do have students start with C, but then at the end of the program, they did very well. They get a very good result, and then at the end, they have a same chance with the other students. They have a same chance with their students who start with straight A grade, but then all of them, they can progress to the good university. It's not only a high rank university, even though our students 80% progress to the let's say Russell Group or Oxbridge, but it's not always about Russell or Oxbridge, because all of our students progress to the good university that fit them, suit them, especially to their long-term education plan. So if we look at to the numbers of students, London will be the biggest campus compared to the rest of our campus. Cambridge and Birmingham is about the same size. We have roughly 220 students in Cambridge and Birmingham. And then for majority, again, Birmingham, 80% is local, London, 70% is local. But Cambridge, this one is unique because it's between local and international is about the same, 55% and 45%. So these three campuses also a good thing for students because these three cities has their own characteristic, different kind of environment. So students will be, it's easier for students to choose which kind of environment, which city that they prefer. Some students love a huge city, busy city like London, but some they prefer like a city like Cambridge, small, easy life, easy to travel, and then very strong academic environment. But also Birmingham is one of the favorite, have UOL Foundation, for those who aim in UOL, and then we have MPW Foundation for those who only want to study in London, want to majoring in engineering. So MPW Foundation will be one of the option. And then personal tutor, as you show just now from our video, all students in MPW, they will have their own personal tutor or PT. So PT will help students from their first day in our school until they get accepted in one of the university in the UK. So PT will responsible not only in academic, but also if students have any issue with like adapting with environment, has an issue with let's say friends, so PT will help the students, and all of them is very walking distance. So students no need to take a bus, or maybe in Cambridge they can cycle. So all accommodation is just nearby, and then very comfortable. We have one staff in every accommodation preference. And then this is the nationality mix. So every year, for students from Malaysia, we have between 5 to 15 students per year. But last year we have about 7 students from Malaysia. So it's not a lot, but it's not also scary because beside Malaysia, we have other students like still in this area, still in this region. We have students from colleges. Mostly or normally, it will be majority is international students. For sixth form colleges, majority, in normal situation, majority will be local students. So what students will have from MPW is mixed. We do have a lot of local students, so students will feel like they study in the sixth form colleges in the UK, but how they study, how they get support with individual support, they feel like they are studying in tutorial college. So this combination is very good, very suitable for international students in the young age, like after they graduate from SPM. So in their first or 2 years in the UK, for the first time they being away from the family, they have to start build up the friendship from beginning, start making friends again. Being in a small environment, smaller environment with the same age of friend will help them a lot, will make it easier. I'm not saying students can skip the process, but it helps a lot. It will be easier for young students to adapt with a smaller environment, with the same age of students, with teachers and staff who very supportive, and then friends. We don't have a lot of students, so it's easier for the team, for the teachers to get to know. So this kind of setup, even now when you not arrive in UK yet, you feel like it's not a big deal, but when you arrive and you experience it, then you will know that it is important to have this nice and friendly environment during your first year. So personal tutor will help you better choice for them, but also we have to take a look their progression, their academic result. So it will be combination between what they want and their capability as well. So this kind of process, it sounds like very simple, but it's not at all. So picking university in the UK is not easy. It's not only about ranking, it's more than that. And then doing your A level or foundation in the UK will help you a lot, especially if you definitely want to progress to UK university. So having your pre-university program in the UK itself, straight away from your high school, after you completed your high school in Malaysia, and then you go straight to UK, study your pre-university program, it will be one of the best choice for you for your academic future, of course, because there's a lot of things that you cannot prepare if you are not in the UK. There's a lot of things that if you are not in the UK, then you will not get that all information. It's not only piece, but it's not only one piece or two pieces of information, but the whole information, the whole preparation process. And then, of course, because the team who will support you are in the UK, they have their experience for a long time in this industry, in this world. So, meaning they have all the information that will help students a lot. Because not every students, not all of our students from these regions are used to do their own research. So if they have a backup from a very strong team to help them in doing a research for the academic plan for how they choose the university, it will help them to choose a right and good destination in the future. Like I said before, that choosing university, it's not only about ranking. So you need to take a look more detail on every aspect, every single that can suit you, because what suit you, it's not automatically suit your best friend. Also, what suit your best friend is not always automatically suit you and your and it's not automatically not doing UCAS for students, but we assist them to do their UCAS. We will help them with the preparation and then guide them how to fill up UCAS form and everything. So because we want to teach students to be more individual, because good for them to also participate in these activities, because it will be very fresh and relaxed, and then after that they can focus again in their study. So for those who like sport or art or again another activities that still relate to their study, also available in 3 campuses. This is the government inspection for MPW. We do quite well in all programs that we offer, and then it's applicable to 3 campuses. So 3 campuses is equal, the quality is equal, but the fees is different because there's one city is more expensive than the other city, but in terms of quality, it's the same. It's just like London. London is one of the most expensive, city. So that's why the fees will be different from compared to other cities. But for Malaysia students, we do offer a scholarship. So please be informed that the scholarship is not only look at your academic result. So let's say if your SPM result is not really good, don't be sad, because you still have a chance to get a scholarship from MPW, because for scholarship, we not only look on your academic result, but we will give you a certain test like interview, math test, and English test. So even your high school result is not really excellent, let's say if you still have B, but you still have a chance to get our scholarship through your interview and then math test and then English test. So please be busy. Please just look at our website, and then you can find the information on our website or our partner in Malaysia. So every Malaysia student still have a chance to get a scholarship from us. Sir?
Yes.
I think I already explained everything about the program and the scholarships. So yeah, I think I've finished my presentation.
I have one short question.
Yes.
What are the basic requirements needed if students using SPM to enter MPW?
So for SPM students, minimum they need to have 5C.
What?
Minimum.
All right. Thank you, Miss Yasmin.
Thank you so much. You're welcome.
All right. That is the presentation from MPW UK from Miss Yasmin Anggun Lestari. Now we are moving to the second presentation. Second presentation on studying abroad will be delivered by Mr. Zulkhairil Ahmad, Partner and Recruitment Officer from Northumbria University. As a reminder to you, you have 30 minutes to present on your university.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator. Thank you so much, Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah. Assalamualaikum and very good morning. My name is Zul. I'm from Northumbria University Regional Office, Malaysia. First and foremost, allow me to share my screen first. Okay, there you are. Okay, welcome to Newcastle City, home to Northumbria University, Newcastle, United Kingdom. So this is the view of Northumbria University. This is our business school. So Northumbria University, we are not a new university. It's a very long university. So where are we located? So Northumbria University.
Could you please hide the notification down there?
Okay, sorry. Okay, so Northumbria University, we are located in Newcastle upon Tyne. It's in northeast of England. The population of the city is a very big university, as I mentioned just now. So total population as of now, we have around 30k students, where I would say 75% are our undergraduate students, about 25 to 26k, and then the rest is our postgraduate students. So Northumbria University, we are easily accessible from key global locations such as London, Amsterdam. Although we are located in Newcastle, we are city campus itself. Everything is convenient. What I like about the city is because everything is just nearby, and then everything is like in walking distance. We have 4 global university campuses on top of Newcastle. We also have London campus for our business. We also have Amsterdam campus, and soon we'll be having a Qatar campus. And hopefully, probably in a few years' time, most likely, hopefully we have a Malaysia campus as well. Okay, like me, I based in Kuala Lumpur. Well, on top of Kuala Lumpur, we have 5 global university regional office. The first one, the pioneer, is definitely our office, Malaysia office. We also have China office. We also have Bangkok in Thailand office. We also have India office as well as Nigeria office. So our role here is like to assist all students in Malaysia to pursue their study in Northumbria University, from their application to visa application. Even let's say they are facing issues and difficulties in UK, we'll be here to assist them and also their parents. So Northumbria University, top of game, we have a lot of majors. Overall, we have around 557 majors for undergraduate as well as postgraduate students. So as you can see the ranking, we are UK top 50 university. We are a 5-star institution after achieving top rating overall. On top of that, we are one of the best university in UK. We are ranked number 48 out of 120 university in the UK itself. And then some of our majors like law, we are top 10 in the UK, and like engineering as well, we are top 20 in the UK. So overall, in the world ranking university, Northumbria University, we are ranked number 80 for the young category. The stat is based on last year's stat, and hopefully we will reach 50 or 40 by this year. According to students' experience survey, okay, why student experience survey is very important? I would love to use students' experience survey in my slide or my presentation, because this is what students feel about the university. And then they are mentioned that about the university facilities, we are top 10 in the UK. Even like in 2017, the management of the university, they pumped up £1 billion for sports facilities. On top of sports facilities, we also have a 24/7 library, and then we also have a lot of cheap shop. Even like in the city itself, just across the road, we have the largest shopping center in Europe, which is Primark. And then Chinatown, just 7 minutes from the university. St. James Park Stadium, just 8 minutes from the university. So everything is walking distance. When every year we have around 200 Malaysian will go to Northumbria University. A lot of Malaysian students. So for Sabahan students, you don't have to worry. When you go into Northumbria University, you are not alone. Even we have a very big group of Malaysian society in the UK itself. Okay. So most of students mentioned they really love the accommodation. They really love the city. And then according to students' experience survey as well, we are top 15 best UK university for industry connection. The industry, most of our courses, I would say, are like our architecture, accredited by Lembaga of Architecture Malaysia, as well as REBA for Part 1 and Part 2. For our quantity survey, accredited by Board of Quantity Surveyors Malaysia. Our business school, AACSB accredited, which is the highest accreditation body for business. And the accounting is like standard one is ACCA one. Okay, and as you can see, there's many more accreditation for Northumbria University for our majors. And then again, the city, most of our students, after they graduate, they feel like, I fall in love with the city. I definitely want to stay here. I want to continue my master's after I finish my degree. So this is the feedback that we receive from a student, not only from Malaysia, but also from other countries. Okay? Okay. So for international students who first time going to UK, since it's going to be a new environment, new city, I would suggest you to choose university accommodation. Okay, unless you go in a big gang, in a big group, then you can go with private accommodation. No worries, we are in Malaysia to assist with your accommodation. Okay, for our range of course, we have
our foundation, we have undergraduate students, we have postgraduate and also PhD. The good part about Northumbria University, right? After you finish your ISP, if let's say you want to go straight to UK, yes, you can pursue foundation in UK straight away. But if let's say you want to continue your foundation or year 12 program in Malaysia and go after that, then no issue. We can accept most of foundation and also year 12 program in Malaysia to pursue degree program in UK itself. And then if let's say you are doing a degree program in Malaysia and you want to continue with that in final year, you want to stay for 1 year only in UK, then it's going to be a case-by-case basis. But most likely we can accept students into our final year program. But just bear in mind that for UK university, most of the university that intake only for undergraduate is only one, which is September. Okay, for postgraduate or master's program, regardless is 1 year master or 16-month master or 24-month master, there we have either September or January dates. Okay, another thing about Northumbria University is the internship opportunities. It's not a must. It's not compulsory for you to choose internship. But if let's say you want to have experience to work in UK to get internship, the condition to get internship is your degree in the UK must be at least 2 years. If let's say you're going for final year only, then you are not eligible for internship or sandwich program. The internship will be in between second to final year. The duration of internship is 3 months to 9 months. Most of the firm will give you a paid internship. No worries, we have our career service department to assist you in internship. Okay, placement interviews are conducted by industrial panelists at the university campus from February to April. So when you want to choose internship or sandwich program, you need to inform us in advance. Sir, I want to have internship in the UK. Then we will assist you on that. Okay, this, as I mentioned just now, we have more than 500 courses in Northumbria University. This is our strength in Northumbria University. So we have business and management, marketing and financial services, the accounting one, law. Law is one of our top in the UK. We also have BPTC, or right now they call it PAR program for architecture, quantity survey, and people nowadays, they're talking about computing in AI. We have like AI, data mining, cyber security, big data, data analytics. We also have psychology, mass communication, mechanical engineering. There's many more. There's more than 500 courses available for international students in Northumbria University. Okay, so what is our role in Malaysia? Okay, so like my role, if let's say you are facing difficulties to transfer your credit from Malaysia to UK, I will assist you on that. If let's say your courses are not accredited yet in Malaysia, then I will talk to an accreditation body in Malaysia to ensure that your courses are accredited, to make sure you can easily get job in Malaysia. Okay, and not only that, we also facilitate applicants and cast to all our business partners and stakeholders in Malaysia. We also process the offer letter. When you're putting the application to Northumbria University, it's very straightforward application. It's just go to the website and then just mention you are from Malaysia, and then we will receive your application, and the Malaysia office will issue your offer letter by themselves. Okay, so usually for we can guarantee we give you £6,000 scholarship, where £3,000 we give in the first year, followed by another £1,500 for second year, followed by another £1,500 for final year. Let's say you're going straight, saying that you're doing law, you want to go for final year, straight away to final year, yes, we will give you 1,500 automatic bursary to all final year students. And if let's say after you finish your degree, you want to continue, saying that you want to continue with a bar program, or you want to continue with LLM program, or any other program for master's program, they will give you another 20% discount. Okay, and if let's say you're doing very, very well, and then we might consider you to give you additional scholarship, depending on your performance. Okay. And then another thing about the fees is £16,000 for this year. If let's say you're going for this year, and then saying that next year Northumbria University they increase their fees again, and then it's a lot of fees. You don't have to worry. Although Northumbria University increase their fees, you're still paying the same fees. Okay. This is the view of our library and a student central. Most of Malaysian students will hang out in student central because Malaysian Society office located in student central itself. Okay. That's all from me. I will end this presentation with a video from your side. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Zul. Short question, Mr. Zul.
Yes, sir.
We're talking about undergrad students for the tuition fee is around 16K, right?
Yes.
How about the postgraduate and PhD students?
Most of the courses fees are the same. For postgraduate, it will be split side fees, and then for postgraduate, around the same. Unless they are doing a 2 years program, where for the 2 years program, it will be 18,000. But if they say doing 1 year program, it will be still the same, which is 16,000.
All right, thank you, Mr. Zul, for the information.
Thank you so much.
We're going to the video now. So let's see the video for Northumbria University. That is the end for the presentation from Northumbria University. Thank you again, Mr. Zulkhairil Ahmad, Partner and Recruitment Officer for Northumbria University. We have finished 2 presentations from MPW UK and Northumbria University. We are moving to Southampton University. Mr. Umar Razak. We are presenting to Mr. Umar Razak from Southampton University. As a reminder, 30 minutes for the presentation. Presenting to you, Mr. Umar. Mr. Umar?
Yes, hi, good afternoon, good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you see me, because I can't see myself? Yes, now it's better.
Yeah.
Hi, okay, good morning, everyone. First of all, thank you so much for the opportunity, to get engaged with you, talk to you all, listening to very impressive presentations. So I will try to keep up with that. I think I wanted to request, as you mentioned, would it be possible for you to play the video first, so that the voice issue is settled, and then after that I'll jump to the presentation. Would that be okay?
Okay, that will be okay. So we are presenting your video first, then you're going to the presentation after that video. All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're preparing for your video.
Choosing your university is about more than finding a course. It's about starting the next chapter and taking a little step towards becoming the person you want to be. At Southampton Malaysia, we share this passion to live in and encourage your desire to explore whether it's because of money or our responsibility is to education statistics.
So yeah, so this is Omar from University of Southampton's Malaysia campus. As it's known that we are a UK university with 6 campuses in UK, and then 1 campus we have the only campus out of UK, that's in Malaysia. So I'm calling you today from Malaysian campus, and most of this information will be about Malaysian campus. But then because we have flexible transfer options, and obviously that adds a lot of financial, I would say, interest for the students and parents. So I'll be explaining some of the details as we go along. We're moving to a So this was important because we are moving to a 5 times bigger campus. Or some of you who have probably visited Iskandar Putri, Johor, and Edu City, you might have known or might have observed that right now, the current campus was quite, small facility, because we only had 1 foundation program and 3 engineering programs related to it, leading to 25 specializations back in UK. Current location, Edu City, is just in the neighborhood, but then will be about 5 times bigger facility. So that's why I wanted to let you know what will be happening in the next few months. As a university, Southampton, yes, we are ranked top 90 in the world. Last year, QS ranking, we were top 97, and this year we improved to. And obviously, when it's top 100, competitive, so quite proud of that movement. 95%, as you might have observed, from the video as well earlier, that our graduates are employed in professional and managerial role within first 3 months of graduation. If you talk to our academics, they're actually quite confident that it's close to 100, because they're in contact with the students and they have more updates at times. But yet we have to go by these statistics which are submitted to us. Flexible transfer options, that's one of the unique feature, I would say, of Southampton Malaysia campus. The students are able to start with us, join us, in a foundation, for example, year 1, and be able to transfer to UK campus for various programs. I'll have more details for those when we go to respective program slides. The programs individually are top ranked as well by various ranking bodies. Again, you'll be able to see that when we are on the program pages. Global networking and best of both worlds experience. So this is something that, again, Malaysia campus adds that sort of value to the students' experience, which even I would say, I would be bold to say that even our UK campuses aren't able to add, because somebody joining us in Malaysia, and studying, let's say, a year or 2, he is exposed to Southeast Asian network, operations, mindsets, cultural backgrounds and everything. And with that experience, with that exposure, when they move to UK, if they move to UK to complete their studies, right, they get a best of both worlds experience. And obviously it's a huge appeal to employers around the world as well. Somebody has got a Malaysian networking and understanding Southeast Asian overall. Singapore is just across the road. Our students have got a lot of access there. And then UK or Europe. So that adds to a lot of value for our graduates. So best of both worlds. Overall, again, couple of slides next will show you that the whole academic, cost, for the same degree, eventually that they receive the certificate from the Southampton, UK, and the overall cost is somewhere between 40 to 70% lesser than the cost of the studies for the same program in our UK campuses or other competitors program in UK. So again, that 40 to 70% economical factor is huge for students, both from Malaysia, Southeast Asia, and rest of the international markets. And then again, yes, about the employability, as I mentioned, it's close to 98% upon graduation. Something about our programs and the general location. So those of you who are not aware, we are in the southern tip of Malaysia, in Johor State, Iskandar Putri. In fact, the current location right now in the new campus, we are about 10 minutes drive to the link bridge, the second link bridge between Malaysia and Singapore. So our students probably have more access to Singapore, even on weekends drive, not for groceries, but yes, for general drives and all this, or some other projects and all this, then compared to Johor City. So we are much closer to Singapore in that sense. Beautiful location, a lot of development going on facilities wise. So that's where we are at the moment. This is, as I mentioned, this is a current campus. Small facility, obviously, it was tailored for the programs that we offer till now. But this is where we'll be moving this July 2021. If you notice that if you can see my cursor, so this is where we are right now. And this whole area, this is EduCity. So you've got Reading, you've got Newcastle, you've got Southampton, a couple of other international brands here. And then from this location, we are moving to this. So this whole is not the university campus. It's a Eco Galleria, one of the Eco Worlds project. And this section in the front that I'm moving cursor around, the same section at the back, this is what we have occupied, as our new campus. So the good news is that students will still have access to all the EduCity's facilities, sports complex, interaction with other international universities, students, through the various platforms and all this. But they will just be able to have a bigger campus next door. And so I'm waiting and quite excited for this move. Some of the facilities around the new campus. So this is what we call Eco Botanic, the whole area. So again, this is one of the common and some of the facilities nearby. So, and a lot of development is still going on. So that's still. Our UK campuses, again, it's good to know where we are in UK and what are we doing there, because because of the flexible transfer options. So Highfield is our main campus, and then we have Southampton General Hospital, which is a home for our health sciences and related programs. Waterfront campus, Avenue campus, Winchester campus, and Boulder campus again are for social sciences, business and engineering programs and other portfolios. So 6 campuses in UK. Coming back to Malaysia campus now, so we we are quite confident, one of the strongest pillar I would say for us is our academic proficiency, our academics qualification, strong portfolio there, I would say. So we have something that's called PAT, Personal Academic Tutor. I understand NPW is managing something like that as well, and we have that in the same capacity, that each and every student, every semester, is allocated a PAT, Personal Academic Tutor. And that PAT is responsible to make sure that the students taking 4 subjects or 5 subjects, they are performing well in those subjects. So a lot of counseling, a lot some tutor guidance needed, for those subjects is possible through this PAT. So that's huge support. Parents and students have been quite appreciative of that, and help students to catch up. And if they're not able to engage with another academic or with a group of students in their projects and assignments, this is where the PAT comes in for assistance. Low student to staff ratio, we have maintained this from the very first day of our launch in Malaysia. So normal classes, lecture classes, we have between 18 to 20 maximum students with one lecturer. When it goes to tutorial or labs, it's reduced to half. In fact, we have launched some of the new programs that I mentioned, And in the first cohort, especially, I'm like maintaining between 12 to 15 seats only for the first batches. And that is also to sort of create that experience and develop a lot of confidence and ensure the students are able to get the best out of their academics. So low student to staff ratio, that's always been a strength at Southampton. 100% of the teaching academics, they are PhD qualified, PhD holders. No one is pursuing it. Nobody has inspiration. They are PhD qualified. So obviously that adds a lot of, depth, to their teaching proficiency, their networking, their industrial understanding and delivery to the students. So that has been a core of our academic proficiency as well. And yes, being a UK university, when we initially launched, we had a number of academics coming from UK. After that, there were a number of visits per year, for the program, 3 to 4 times. Academics would fly from UK to Malaysia. Obviously, once we are established here, we've got a very good team here, so that frequency has reduced, maybe 2 to 3 times a year now. But again, with the addition of the new programs, we see that thing happening once again when the conditions are permitted. They will be receiving faculty from UK coming here and engaging with the students as well as the academics to bring them at par with the UK practices and mindset. But other than that, we do have academics based in Malaysia who have international experience, who are coming from Australia, UK itself, Singapore for some of them, and some other parts of the world. So it's a quite vibrant, I would say, academic body, for students' engagement and exposure. So in a nutshell, this is where are with the academics. Coming to the programs and their specialization. So we have, first of all, aeronautics and astronautics. Now, we call it Masters of Engineering, Aeronautics and Astronautics, because as you understand, the bachelor degree in UK is for 3 years, and Malaysian Board of Engineers or the Washington Accord and some other international bodies, they require undergraduate study to be 4 years to be listed with them, for a recognized engineering degree. So what we do, and that actually adds a lot of specialized element to the students' portfolio, that we add a year of masters to their education, which is purely their group project year. They're engaged with industry at a very high level, I would say, much better engagement. And then they graduate with a 4 years degree, which is in UK, it's Masters of Engineering, but back in Malaysia, it's considered as undergraduate degree for registration with all those bodies. So coming to aeronautics, the specializations are aerodynamics, air vehicle system design, engineering management, spacecraft engineering, aeronautics and astronautics, computational engineering and design, and finally materials and structures. The program overall is ranked number 7 in the UK as for the last ranking. And talking about industry, something like Pizza Hut and Domino's, they are talking about deliveries, through drone. Plus, when you look at commercial flying, to space, the Elon Musk and Richard Branson and a lot of others working in that direction. You're looking at probably people having their birthdays and honeymoons and other activities, next time in this space. So that's the scope of this industry, and obviously huge. At the bottom, you can see the entry requirements. Yes, our entry requirements relatively are a bit high compared to some of the top Malaysian universities as well as our, respective, competitors in UK or other parts of the world. But that just adds to the students' experience and exposure, I would say. So we have triple A's, for example, and for admission, 100% scholarship, 60% are available for various results. Now, moving on to electrical and electronics. So again, we offer 7 specialized environments. Those are artificial intelligence, software engineering, mathematics, power systems, communication and control, conventional digital and analog electronics, and finally nanotechnology and photonics. It's number 1 in UK, and it has not gone below top 3 in past almost a decade, I would say. So it's been one of the top programs with us as well as in our UK campuses. Again, the fee, tuition fee and other entries come into play through your electives and your third year individual project and fourth year's group project. So that's how you get certain specialization in your field of interest. Again, the program is top ranked number 4 in UK, across by various ranking bodies. Quite strong, I would say, interest in all this for all these programs. Now, this is what we have recently launched in Malaysia. We did not have it till last year. Now, so 2021 will be the first cohort for this, and already We are only keeping about 20 seats for this program, not more than that in the first batch. Obviously, after moving to the new campus, probably will double the classes, double the academics and facilities, because it has about 2,000 students capacity. But for the time being, for the first cohort, we have only 20 seats for this program. So again, like what top program from UK, considering a couple of, close to 200 institutions offer the program in UK, so it's quite well ranked, I would say. And by studying all the 3 years in Malaysia for this program, students are able to complete the studies at 35% of the original cost, right? Which, as I forgot to mention, for engineering programs, they save about 40% of the overall cost by studying 2 years in Malaysia and 2 years in UK. Moving on. So we've got business foundation year now, which leads to 5 business specializations. Students can choose their specialization at the end of the foundation. They're not required to select earlier. And these are the 5 specializations from foundations. We've got business management, business entrepreneurship, business analytics, business marketing. Again, you can see these programs are top ranked under 10, for some of these. And accounting and finance and economics and actuarial science, which is offered in our business portfolio. So in terms of exemptions, in terms of recognition and accreditation by international bodies, whatever is needed, whichever are the significant bodies, we are all listed with them and have got prerequisites and required approvals and recognitions from them. Entry requirements are slightly lower, I would say, compared to engineering and computer science program. But yes, still quite competitive when you consider some of the top institutions in Malaysia and UK. Now, talking about life, and what we have done for the students in the past 7-8 years on the campus, and especially in the last 1 year or so because of the whole situation. So yes, we had COVID readiness program activated. The 100% students, who joined us during the pandemic, they moved to either to progress to the next years or move to UK. So even though we started offering hybrid studies, hybrid mode of education, we did not have a single dropout, for any other reason from the students. So that was something that we felt very proud of, us offering that guidance and counseling and assistance and support to the students. Other than that, yes, multiple tools and applications and measures were taken, to sort of assist students with their studies. Even engineering department went to the length of sending the equipment to the students, on loan basis for a week or 10 days by courier. And then after experimenting, after using some of those equipment, then they would return that or would be passed to the next student. So a lot of measures were taken, and we are very proud that the satisfaction level was quite high among the students and parents for that. Some of the facilities of the current campus, you've got, quite high-tech labs. Obviously, it was a small facility, so lesser equipment, sufficient for the number of students that we had. But yes, moving there, we are looking at about 16 labs across the campus, for computer science and engineering alone. So that would be a very impressive experience for the students. Other than that, we've got some sports facilities and other facilities, for the students on EduCity that I again mentioned that they will be able to access those once we move out to the new campus. So those include football field, tracks, activities, badminton, baseball, basketball, swimming pool, Olympic size, and other facilities on and around the campus. It's not all academic, all not so high entry requirements, and all this is quite vibrant environment. Overall, EduCity itself gives a very vibrant environment to the students. It's a selling premises, so and you're engaged with students from top international universities, and the engagement is quite high. But other than that, number of clubs and activities are there for the students to take part of. These are just some of those. Obviously, with a certain following, students are encouraged to have more of their clubs and activities organized as well. So this is what happens for the students while they are on EduCity or our campus. In terms of accommodation, so the students have 2 options. One is EduCity's student village, which is from the current campus. It's about 200 meters only, and some of the graduates have landed jobs with very impressive brands: Rolls-Royce, Intel, Panasonic, General Electronics, Maybank, and so on. And like I said, it's close to 98% employability. So, but some of these, they have really stood out in their achievements. So always proud and happy to share their faces and all. some of the partner companies, mostly obviously based in UK, Europe, for our interns and for final year projects or the group projects. But now, because we have started offering the 3+0 programs in Malaysia, with the flexible cost options, so we are now replicating the same level of partnerships in Malaysia, and the student services and the certain committees have started approaching, either these companies, their counterparts in Malaysia, or the other company for our students' placements in future. Some of the testimonials, I am wary of the time, so I'll just let you a quick glance, but obviously I'm very happy, very satisfied student body that we have, some really great testimonials. I'll skip this one. Moving to the new campus again very briefly. So, the Student Association Lounge, open space library with a capacity of about 450 plus students, lecture halls of 200 and 100 capacity other than the classrooms. Like I mentioned, 16 new labs for engineering and computer science. So it's exciting times, I would say, for Southampton and future students to join us. Again, some of the look at future facilities as what we have heard, what we have read. We are looking at having a wind tunnel somewhere back into 2023. Hopefully, that's installed and that's running by then. So we'll probably be the one of the.
I'm really attracted with your short response from you. Are students really doing well with the towards hybrid learning program during the pandemic? Are they doing well?
Oh, are they doing well? Okay. So I'll give you my experience. Definitely, like I mentioned that we, other than the academic reasons or other reasons that students opted to either move out, or move to another place or something. Other than that, we did not have a single dropout or any issue with the students, when it came to their experience, learning, and the outcome. So that was a hugely proud moment, I would say. That having 100% students, moving not only from year 1 to year 2, but also from year 2 all the way to UK. So that just gives you a lot more confidence in the whole infrastructure and sort of how synchronized Malaysia campus is with UK campus. So that was something that we were proud. Yes, some of the measures that we took initially, immediately, and then we kept on improving on those. As I mentioned that. Academics came up with the solution of sending some of the equipment, which was manageable, which was, not so delicate and all this so sensitive, to share with the students, loan basis, adding some new memberships, to our current access, I would say, portfolios, where the students could enjoy those engineering practicals or other learning, experience. So those measures were taken, and yes, I would say that in fact, if I have to quote one example, we had one cousin sister joining us, and she opted to continue with the April intake, but her brother and cousin did not, they said, no, we rather join July intake, boys will be boys sort of thing. And then a couple of weeks later, the parents came back to us that, is it possible for me to put my brother and, the nephew in the system as well, can he join the same intake? And we had to apologize because we were past certain deadlines and we could not take new students in there. So, the experience was so smooth, I would say, was so good that, students requested to be, to be joining, and that's why the July intake, we sort of had 100% of them joining it. September was even better. So I would say overall, I would say it was a very good experience with the students and parents here.
All right, thank you, Mr. Umar Azhar. That is the presentation from University of Southampton, Malaysia. Now we are moving to the fourth presentation. It's coming from Harriet Ward University by Mr. Daniel Lum. It goes to you, Mr. Daniel Lum.
Hi.
Harriet Ward University. Hi, Mr. Daniel. How are you?
Good morning. It's been great. It's also very good opportunity that has been given by the organizers today, Jabatan Pendidikan Sabah, to invite all of us to brief Sabahan students in regards more regarding studying abroad. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So without further delaying, I believe I will share my screen over for the presentation to come in regards of studying over with Harriet Ward University both the Malaysian and the UK campus, which is in Scotland. So basically for students, I believe especially Malaysian students, Scotland might not be the first destination that has been thought of by most of us. Usually Malaysian students would always think of Singapore, Australia, UK, and also US as the main studying destination. But fun fact for everyone, Scotland is actually one of the places where most of the world-class universities is actually situated. It has the highest number of when it comes to higher education institution. Amongst university in the UK region, Scotland University offers the highest rate of student satisfaction in terms of quality of teachings and also graduate employment availability. So overall, in current, I would say Scotland itself consistently have more than 30,000 to 40,000 students coming from 180 countries to actually study in Scotland itself. So for our UK campus in Scotland, we have 3 of them, one located in Edinburgh, one in Galashiels, and one in Orkney Island. Basically, when it comes to our UK campus, Edinburgh campus is where our main campus is for Hereward University. Overall, it's a very historical and vibrant city, and Hereward University itself has a very long history when it comes to being in Edinburgh itself. So Edinburgh is also city to where the writer J.K. Rowling actually written her book of Harry Potter, as everyone knows. Where the inspiration come from is actually in Edinburgh, Scotland itself. And basically, it's Edinburgh is a city currently where there's a lot of mixture of historical and modernization happening at the same time. For our Scottish Borders campus, which is in Galashiels, is located at the heart of Scottish luxury textile industry, which is Chanel's factory over there. So it allows our students who is mainly into fashion and design related courses and interests to actually have a very real life practical experience over there. Fun fact for everyone, the student that graduated from this particular campus as well has also made her way to some of the very good achievement in terms of high fashion. And I believe most of us students, parents, teachers here also know what is Game of Thrones, and one of the students is actually the main costume designer graduated from our Hereward University as well. Whereas, as you can see on the far northern side, we have our Orkney campus. Orkney campus is a very specialization campus towards postgraduate courses, which is towards marine sciences and energy. So basically, this campus is where the living laboratory in terms of researchers in regards of marine sciences, environmental sciences, and also renewable energy is being done in this particular location. So some of the question would probably come back to why Scotland. Scotland itself, Edinburgh city itself is actually ranked the 4th most beautiful city in the world based on Rough Guide in 2015. It's one of the safest city as well in the world when it comes to Edinburgh. If we Malaysian go over there, we are not likely to Kerjaya Malaysia. Hereward is also one of the 8 oldest highest education institute back in the UK, alongside with big names that most probably many people heard of, such as Oxford, Cambridge, St Andrews, Edinburgh University, and so on and so forth. Currently, when it comes to ranking itself, Hereward University is ranked 6th in Scotland and top 30 in the UK when it comes to the ranking for Hereward University. So Hereward University, as I mentioned, a global university with multi-locations with top rank programs in the UK for programs such as accounting, finance, management, engineering, built environment, psychology, and our mathematics. So back to today's topic, which is the studying abroad. Hereward University offers students the availability of flexible transfer across all three campuses. So even let's say if our students, Malaysian students, decide to start their studies in the UK, they can actually come back to Malaysia as a transfer program student, or they can start in Malaysia and go to UK. All I mentioned is very flexible. It allows students to study as short as a semester or as long as the programs allows to. Last but not least, with the standardization of studies, we are able to provide students with the same certificate regardless of the completion location of the student. Moving on, and if you plan to start in Malaysia, currently, with all this pandemic, most parents might worry if I were to go over directly to the UK, there might be a lot of hassle in terms of quarantine, medical checkups, and so on and so forth. You can actually start over here in Malaysia with a 1+2, 2+1, or even fully study over here in Malaysia as well. So concluding my presentation is that why students, parents, or teachers who face questions, especially counselors, in which your students might probably ask for your recommendation, why Harry Ward University. Basically, Harry Ward University offers identical academic standards across the board, which allows students to excel regardless of the location of the studies. And at the same time, with that particular standardization of studies, students is able to obtain a highly recognized global certificate, which allows students to go into multiple large MNCs or even start working locally as well. With the option, not just directly to study over in the UK, students can from Malaysia can actually start local and go global later on as well. Affordability wise, students can expect the most cost efficiency when it comes to studying with Harry Ward, being one of the UK university over here in Malaysia, with the cost efficiency that allows students to plan ahead financially when it comes to studying abroad. So last but not least, Harry Ward is also pioneering in terms of positive education, in which we are looking into the well-being of students and also the resilience of students aside from their academic excellence. This allows you to graduate in a more value-added and competitive edge advantage. So that would be all. I believe my presentation is quite on the quick track. Overall, these are some of the social media platforms for our dear parents and students to actually explore more through our Instagram or Facebook or YouTube and Twitter. Should you need to actually find any additional information in regards of Harry Ward University. So that would be all for my presentation. And I would like to pass back to our organizers to end the presentation today from Harry Ward with a short video in regards of our students when it comes to Go Global experience. Thank you so much.
Mr. Daniel?
Yes.
Roughly how about the tuition fees for Harry Ward University?
Shall I continue with the okay. So in regards of this question, if students are looking into the fees, let's say for the Malaysian campus, students can expect for their foundation to be in the range of 23 to 26,000 ringgit Malaysia, and for the degree program, students can expect in between 35,000 to 43,000 when it comes to the bachelor's degree. For the UK campus, with the automatic tuition fee waiver, 20% discount of the tuition fee, student can expect their courses to be in between 64 to 80,000 depending on the courses that they're enrolling to. Living cost wise, with Edinburgh, which is in Scotland, student can expect probably around 60,000 per year. For their whole academic year, including accommodations, socializing, buy books, clothes, everything, should be around 60,000 in average for living in Edinburgh for the whole year. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Daniel. We're going to your video now.
Thank you so much.
I chose to go to Dubai. It was just a bit of a dream, but we wanted to do
I've always wanted to pursue my studies in a Europe country, especially in the UK. I was pretty scared before I came. I expected it to be really cold and really depressing. It was the total opposite of it, and I really enjoyed my time here.
There are no other universities. I took it and never looked back. It's been awesome. Anyone thinking about doing Go Global, I would say go for it. You're probably never going to have the chance to get to study in Edinburgh, Dubai, or Malaysia. Anyone considering going to Harriet Watt should definitely, if they can, go to Institute campus. Because it makes you really
Okay, that would be all from my side. Thank you so much for showing the video. I will pass back to the moderator for continuing the event. Thank you so much.
Mr. Daniel from Harriet Watt University. That is the end for presentation for Harriet Watt University, Mr. Daniel Loom. We have finished for 1, 2, 3, and 4 university. We are moving to the 5th one for Mr. Liu Eng, Asian Regional Manager for BHMS Switzerland.
Hi, Mr. Raslan. Hey, so
Mr. Shafi'i.
I will use another video instead. Yeah, I think the one that I sent to you was quite long, so I'll share my screen instead, if that's alright with you.
Alright.
Alright. Yeah, I'll just share my entire screen. So I'll start out with a, like 2 minutes video. Yep, that's more or less. Okay. Now I'll share my PowerPoint. Wait. Okay, there they are. Do you see my screen still?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I'll start with the presentation. Sorry. So it's on full screen right now, is it?
Yeah, it's full screen right now.
Okay, so basically I'm going to explain more. I will introduce the school first, and then I'll explain a bit about, I will tour you through Switzerland, and then I'll explain our course and then life in BHMS. Alright, so yes, our institute is called BHMS, Business and Hotel Management School, and we specialize mainly in 3 programs only, starting with the best one would be Hospitality Management, secondary Culinary Arts, and then the Global Business Management. Okay. Now, we are located in Switzerland, in the city of Lucerne. Okay. So, yes, you see we have Germany up here, Austria on the right, Italy on the bottom, and then France on the left. Now, we are in Lucerne, the German-speaking part of Switzerland. Because, right, in Switzerland, they speak actually 3 different languages. They speak German, which is around 66% of the whole of Switzerland. They speak, which is the largest speaking group, by the way. Okay, and then we have French, the second largest speaking group, which is around 20% of the whole of Switzerland. And then we have the Italian speaking part of Switzerland, which is like usually closer to Italy, which is around 8% of the whole of Switzerland. Yeah, more or less. Okay. So yes, what Switzerland is known for, you might heard of. So we are known to have one of the best public transport system in Europe. Okay, we're famous for skiing, and then watches like Rolex. All the branded watch basically all come from Switzerland. Chocolates, Swiss Army knife, cheese fondue, and like even Logitech, Nestle, they're all from basically from Swiss. Okay, and of course this is a picture taken by me. Switzerland is also known to have the cleanest water in the world. Alright, so if you have heard of Evian water, it's actually it's manufactured in France, but the water is from Switzerland, from the Lake of Geneva. Alright, so yeah, I mean, this is a bit of a, usually this is what I would just show the students. On the right hand side, of course, we have the Twin Tower, and then on the left hand side, we have something that people have seen it since they were kids. They may not have noticed it, which is the Toblerone chocolate. Okay, which is also from Switzerland. We'll introduce more about our campus. Okay, we are located in Lucerne. Okay, in this city. So if you see this castle up here, we're located just below this castle. So what I like about this city is that everything is accessible within 10 to 15 minutes walk. Example, and then on the left hand side, you will have one of our restaurants. Okay. So yes, we have around 90 years of experience, and of course, in the video previously it shows 65 nationalities, but right now we have around 85 I would say 75 nationalities in campus at the moment. And yes, okay, so I'm going to explain the course structure right now. For this blue one is basically hospitality and global business management. All right. So once students have completed their SPM, IGCSE, basically grade 11, but they have to be 17 years old. They can come and study with us directly in our year 1 diploma. It's going to be a 3 years program, starting with 1 year diploma in hospitality management, 1 year higher diploma in hospitality management, and then on the final year for their bachelor degree, they can choose to pursue a 1 year bachelor degree in global business management or a 1 year bachelor degree in hospitality management, all 1 year each. Now, what's very unique about Switzerland, I'm not sure if you're aware, but Switzerland is also known to have the best hospitality program in the world. So what's very unique is that every year you will be doing a 6-month study and 6 months internship. Okay, so basically you study for 6 months, you do an internship for 6 months. You study for 6 months, you do an internship for 6 months. You study for 6 months, you do an internship for 6 months. So in average, you study for 18 months and you do an internship for 18 months. And once you've graduated, you get 2 degrees. One from BHMS and one more from Scotland, Robert Gordon University, automatically. Okay? So our second pathway, of course, would be, let's say if you have finished your diploma in, I'm not sure, Taylor, Sunway, INTI, in hospitality or business management, you can then transfer to our final year degree for only 1 year, which is 6 months studies, 6 months internship, and you will still get these 2 degrees, one from BHMS and one more from Robert Gordon University. Now, our next slide, the red one would be culinary arts. It's also the same, 3 years, 1 year each, and 6 months studies, 6 months internship with 2 degrees. Yeah, basically copy and paste. Yeah, it's quite straightforward. Now I'm going to explain our 6 months study period. So very importantly, our 6 months study includes practical classes. As you see in the video, we have wine classes, we have food and wine pairing, we have F&B classes, we have front office classes. All of these are practical. So for hospitality, practicality would be around 30%. For culinary arts, I would say around 60 to 70% will be practical. Okay, and then of course we have language classes like German or French. Student can choose either one of them. And then we have block system. Block system basically is like semester where students study for 5 weeks. They get 1 or 2 weeks break. 5 weeks, 1 or 2 weeks break, 4 times. Okay, and then of course during this break time they can choose to come back to Malaysia, travel around Europe, or just stay in Switzerland. High academic success rates, small classes, and frequent grades monitoring. So actually these 2 slides are quite important. Actually, I would say it's the core point of BHMS. Now for our internship, it'll be all sourced by BHMS. 100%. The internship is guaranteed. They can choose to do it in Switzerland or overseas. So overseas, example, they want to go to US, Dubai, Maldives, Thailand, or even back in Malaysia. The school will still find it for them. But of course, 80% of our students would remain to do it in Switzerland because of the salary. So if they choose to do their internship in Switzerland, per month, their salary will be around 2,200 Swiss franc. So around 9,000 ringgit. Yeah, per month. But here's the thing, right? During the first 6 months when they study with us, meals and accommodation will be provided. The next 6 months, meals and accommodation will not be provided. Therefore, after minusing meals, accommodation, and tax during their internship, they will have a saving of around 1,200 to 1,500 Swiss franc per month, which is around 4,500 to 6,000 ringgit. Yeah, so in average, let's say they get to save up 5,000 ringgit per month. So unfortunately, after they have graduated, they are unable to stay in Switzerland unless like extremely skillful, where even a Swiss can't replace them, or they get married, in short. So instead, of course, most of our students will not have these 2 attributes. So instead, we have this program called Master Work Placement and Career, where after they have graduated, the school will find them a full-time job in US or Asia. So most of the Malaysians, after they have graduated, they will go to US for only 18 months, of course, for US, Dubai, Maldives, Thailand, or in one of the East Asian country. So yeah, I'll give you some example. This Korean girl, Vietnamese girl, Malaysian girl, and from Bahrain. After they have graduated, the school found them a full-time job, an 18-month job actually, in the Ritz-Carlton in Dove Mountain in the States. And this girl, Yen, the one on the top, she's from Johor actually. After she has graduated, she actually stayed in Maldives for 2.5 years or something. They can request from me, and then I will try to fulfill it for them. Or in case their room is too cold, they want an extra heater, I can also fulfill that for them. So yes, we also have a 24 hours reception. Let's say a student is not feeling well, or I'm not sure if their neighbors are noisy, they can report everything to the reception. Yeah, like I said earlier, it was actually a hotel where they're staying. So this is, I would say, the most exciting thing that students actually like about BHMS is that every single week we will have excursion or activities. This is of course not compulsory, students don't have to join because the attendance list is also limited. So example, maybe this week we will bring the students up to ski. Okay, second week maybe we bring them to a museum. Third week maybe we bring them to Mount Rigi to hike. Every single week we will have excursions completely free of charge. Okay, of course it's only a day trip. So we have 8 intakes in the year: January, February, April, May, July, August, October, and November. SPM students tend to join in February and April. But of course, this year, we have a lot of students coming in July and August. Yeah, because of the delay in the SPM result. So this is our school fees. It's around 32,900 Swiss franc, around 130,000 ringgit per year, inclusive of 6 months of meals, 6 months of course fee, 6 months of accommodation, 1 year of health insurance. Health insurance is renewed every year, by the way. We'll pick them up from the airport, as shown in the video just now. Yeah. We arrange the internship for them. I will handle the visa and documentation for them, and then weekly excursion. All of these are already included in the school fees. So yes, I am done. So yeah, that's around 15 minutes. Yeah, 15 minutes. Yeah,
it's quite fast. All right, you're talking about short question. You're talking about the
30k ringgit or 30 around 33k Swiss franc of tuition fee, and you also stated that there is scholarship. How to?
Oh, sorry. So the scholarship is basically it's not really like full scholarship. It's basically like discount.
Or discount. So how to apply for
the discount?
Could you please talk about a little bit about that discount or scholarship?
Actually, I would say this discount is more because of this COVID period that the school insists to help to support the financial, to support them financially, basically. Help them out a bit.
Helping the students a bit on the financial.
Maybe I should change the name a bit to discount.
Because I read it is about the scholarship.
Yeah, it's more of a discount actually. Yeah.
All right, thank you.
I mentioned earlier for the requirement for diploma students. For SPM is basically just 3 credits.
3 credits.
Yeah.
On whatever subject.
Yeah, but you need to have English in one of them.
Oh, English as one of the subjects.
And IELTS is also not required to study in Switzerland. Sorry, for Malaysians only. Yeah. It's not required.
Not required. IELTS for Malaysian student only.
Only for Malaysians and Singaporeans. Yeah. Malaysians. For like Thai, Indonesians, they need IELTS.
IELTS.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Liu Eng from BHMS Switzerland. It's very attractive places actually.
Yes.
All right, now we are moving to number 6 presenter, SIM Singapore from Mr. Wong Yok Yao.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Moderator. Thank you so much for your invitation, and thank you so much, Jpn Sabah, for organizing this event. So let me share my screen and to start the presentation. So my name is Yao. You can address me as Yao. I'm from Singapore Institute of Management. We're basically based next door in Singapore. So just to have a brief introduction about SIM, Singapore Institute of Management, we actually are 1 year older than Singapore. I imagine that. So we have 2 entities. One, we are actually providing the academic program from our university partners from UK, Australia, and US. And the another entity is basically providing trainings to the companies based in Singapore and also overseas. So both of these entities work hand in hand, where we actually gain knowledge from the current industry, where they might actually approach us for trainings in terms of like improving their management skills, or even teamwork training, or even sort of like IT training if let's say they need. So we have this SIM professional development platform to organize and to also arrange and to develop their staff that requires these sort of training. So from these experience and also trainings that we provide to these professionals, we are able to actually create programs and also workshops for our students, for them to be ready for the future market. All right. So some statistics about our institution in Singapore. So we have students from over 40 countries, and at the moment we have 17,000 students in our campus. Okay, even though during this COVID situation, students return to their home country, they are still doing the online studies or hybrid learning. Then some of them manage to actually enter to Singapore for the physical studies as well. Okay, so because we have actually 17,000 students, we need to have sufficient facilities and also clouds for them to other than study, they can actually enjoy their extracurricular life also. So that's why we actually have our 70 over students club to for them to join. So a little bit about benefit of studying overseas. As you've seen from the previous presenters, they have options to go to UK, to Switzerland. Okay, then later on we have a China option as well. So in terms of actually going overseas, it's very eye-opening. So when you go overseas, you're moving out from your comfort zone. You'll be able to actually adapt new skills, learn, develop your own personality. So that is why when you're going overseas, there are new challenges that you can actually participate, look into. So aside from that, when you actually go overseas, there are different cultures and languages. So from Mr. Leo that recently just presented, you're able to actually learn different languages from German, from French, and this is actually added benefit to your future career. If let's say you're working for an international company, you'll be able to speak multiple languages, you'll be able to meet different people and also having different clients in your companies. Okay, so moving next will be the new life experience by traveling. So imagine yourself traveling to different country. You need to adapt to the culture, you need to adapt to what is the norm like. So for example, if you're traveling to UK, how you actually take a taxi from the airport and how you actually transport yourself within the city. So what sort of taxi they can get. Okay, so these are some of the examples when you're traveling overseas, where new experience in life that you can actually enjoy. And next part of it will be independence. So as I mentioned, when you're out of your comfort zone, you're actually forced to adapt into actually doing things alone or even learning new skills. So for example, right now you're in high school, you have the benefit of actually eating home cooked food. If you're not in a boarding school or if you're just studying in your own city, then you have the benefit of actually having home cooked food for your mom or having a roof over your head to actually don't need to pay any certain fees at the moment. But if you're studying overseas, you started to actually have all this independent skill where you need to get your errands done, paying your rent, getting your own groceries, cooking for yourself. So this actually develop your overall as a person. So it's very valuable if you're looking at working overseas. Okay, so apart from all these first four points, of course, this would translate into career opportunities. If you already have all this knowledge, culture, experience, and also independence, it's easier for you to adapt into different countries for career opportunities. Okay, so these are some pictures that I wanted to share about my experience of traveling overseas. So I have the privilege to actually travel to different countries for my work in previous career. So I managed to actually travel over to, like, the first picture would be Pakistan, right? I was actually introducing the Malaysian education system and also education options to the Pakistani students. So from then the second picture, you can actually see me, I'm actually in Zambia, so a country in Africa, where I'm actually presenting about also the Malaysian education for the Zambian students. So from these countries and also other visits, this is basically towards the bottom. I actually visited Liverpool. So you can see this stadium is actually the Anfield Stadium, Liverpool Football Club Stadium. It was a very eye-opening experience when I actually traveled overseas to different countries. So for example, when I actually went over to Pakistan, I was like culture shocked because this is my first country that I actually visited apart from different states in Malaysia. So having said that, when you heard about different news because I'm from Malaysia, but I've never been to Pakistan, for a normal person, we would think that there's a very bad situation in Pakistan whatsoever. But once I've landed in Pakistan, understanding the culture, understanding the people is very different and it's very eye-opening. So these are some of the experience that you are able to actually get when you are traveling overseas, maybe for studies or even for work. So apart from that, like for example, in Zambia, I didn't know that they are so friendly. Like for example, when I actually going for grocery shopping, or even just to actually get some things, the world is and how vibrant it is in different countries for you to experience. So do take note that if you're traveling overseas, you have these opportunities in your hand to actually visit different places, meet different people, and also understand different culture. Because you only live once, so you might as well actually utilize your time to understand different cultures in the world. So going back to the programs that we offer in Singapore Institute of Management, the degree programs that we offer is from our university partners from overseas. So we have partners from the US, UK, Australia, and also France. So starting with us, the pathway is slightly different compared to the Malaysia traditional education pathway, where our duration is slightly shorter. The course fee, of course, in Singapore, people will expect the tuition fee will be slightly higher, but later on I'll have a graph for a comparison so that you have a better overview of the fees comparison. And in terms of the location, if let's say you're talking about Singapore, to be honest, when I meet Malaysian students, they would already have relatives or even siblings that are already working in Singapore. So they either started off studying in Malaysia, work in Singapore, or even study overseas and also continue working in Singapore. Okay, so it's the culture in Singapore is basically relatively the same compared to Malaysia. It's just a little bit fast paced, right? So to the programs that we offer, we started off with having the business program under our management academic. So we have different business different business majors that you can actually select from. So you can actually go into like logistics or even data science. So these are some of the programs that is in Singapore is quite in demand that is listed here. So the next program that the next faculty that we have is actually under the social science program, where we have psychology program, sociology program that is embedded into social sciences. And also, not to mention the computing program that we have, which is very high in demand right now in Singapore. So we also have the AI program that is here, cybersecurity that you can actually venture into as well. So the specialty programs that we have here is basically students that are already in Singapore. Let's say you study in Malaysia for aviation and then you manage to get a work in Singapore. We have postgraduate programs for aviation directly, or even to reach out to our local agent in Sabah. They have different branches in Sabah to know more about the programs. All right. So exchange opportunity, even though you're studying with us in Singapore with a degree from our university partners from overseas, you're also having the opportunity to transfer over to the respective campuses. So for example, if you're taking the University of Birmingham program, we have the international business major where students are required to transfer over to Birmingham main campus in UK for 2 semesters in total. Okay, so moving forward, we have actually, like for example, if you're interested in the Australia options, you can actually take RMIT program and to actually have like a 6 months exchange to Australia. Having said that, you're also still paying the Singapore fees, because if you're talking about fees, when you're studying in the Australia main campus and compared to studying in Singapore for the same program, the fees in Singapore is slightly lower. Okay, later on I have a chart to actually explain on that. So for the duration, as I mentioned, it's slightly unconventional compared to the Malaysia pathway. So for example, for us, private institution in Singapore, SPM students are required to actually have 3 credits to start with and to go through 6 months foundation, followed by a diploma, range from 12 to 15 months, depending on your specialization, and to actually move forward into your degree. So in short, the shortest time for you to complete the whole duration or the whole pathway, it's around 3 years and 3 months time. So depending on your specialization in your degree and also your diploma. Okay, so in context in Malaysia, normally you would, after SPM, you go through 1 year foundation and another 3 years in degree. So it's there's a shorter duration compared to that. So it depends on what is your specialization. There are plenty of options in Malaysia and also overseas for you to actually consider. Okay, so I was talking about the fees earlier on. So this is the fee comparison if you want to study overseas in the main campus for the university partners that we have. So for example, if you're taking the University of London program, the tuition fee in University of London programs in UK is cost around like 100,000. This is in Sing dollars, right? Then in Singapore, if you're taking the same program, it's only 32,000 Sing dollars. So you're basically saving up 70% of the cost. So let's say, for example, if you're interested in the psychology program, it will be offered by the University of Buffalo, that is US University. The total fee in US, this is the total fee, 142,000 Sing dollars for the whole program of 3 years. But if you're studying in Singapore, it ranges up to only 70,000 to complete the whole 3 years program. Okay, so if you want to compare to the university, public university in Singapore, this is the tuition fee overall for the whole program as well. So as you can see, there's a difference between our fees for the private institution in Singapore and the public university. So a little bit on the accommodation, the living costs. So the overall living cost in Singapore, we have a chart here where it's highlighted. So around 1,500 Sing dollars per month. So we have actually Malaysian students that actually spend lesser than that, around 1,000 or even 900 Sing dollars for their monthly expenses. So it depends on your lifestyle. If let's say you're the kind that you need to eat sushi every day, or you need to hit, like right now in Malaysia, we have those kind of Hai Di Lao buffet and whatsoever. If you're those kind, of course, the expenditure will be slightly higher. But if you're those kind who prefer to actually experiment yourself in terms of like cooking, doing your own groceries, of course, you will be saving a lot in terms of that. Okay, so just to have like a comparison in regards of actually studying in Malaysia, for example, maybe you're studying in KL. So this is a rough estimation of the comparison. So in Singapore also, as you know, the economy is quite good. So we have a lot of like multinational companies actually set up in Singapore. So for example, US also, they have different branches around the world. They just recently opened up their Southeast Asia branch in Singapore. So there are a lot of like well-developed companies that are looking into branching out into Singapore. So this actually provides a lot of like career opportunities for our students, especially for the Malaysian students, where we are actually known for our adaptability. So having said that, if you have the opportunity to study overseas, you have the skills, maybe you can consider actually starting your career in Singapore. So on campus, aside from the reputable university programs that we offer in Singapore, we actually provide the support system in terms of like student development. So we do not want students just to actually come Singapore and just study. We want to have a student that is holistic, where currently most of the time. So for example, if you want to compare a student studying every day, just studying, and to compare a student that studies and also doing different societies and events in school, the employer would prefer to have the second student where they are involved in different activities, because they have developed in terms of how to manage their time. So this is one of the examples that the employer that shared to us. Okay, so apart from the different clubs that you can actually join, we actually have the exchange program during your semester break. So for example, if you want to transfer over to LSE, London School of Economics, for an exchange program, you can actually do so. We have different partners in different countries as well. Let's say during that year when you wanted to transfer, we actually have like a exchange program to Korea, Japan, and different countries for social work. So these are something that you are learning from different culture, where how is the norm like in different countries, so that you can actually add into your traveling experience. Okay, so next will be the student care portion, where we want students to actually manage their time well instead of just studying. So we have like team building, stress management, building the resilience sort of workshops that are basically free for students to join. Okay, then we also have peer assisted learning, where we actually provide tutoring for our students. So the tutor that you'll be getting from this is basically a senior student that aced the exam, which is also qualified because they actually went through the academic to get approval and to also get guidance in terms of how to tutor students that might be struggling in certain subjects. Okay, so aside from that, this is the career development portion, which is very important, where we host different networking sessions with the companies in Singapore. So the companies in Singapore are very delighted to join our events, is because our students are quite equipped. They are really eager to learn in terms of like different companies what to offer, so that they prepare during their studies, and when they transition over to these companies, they are just ready to work. So companies, if you are planning to work for a company, you need to expect that what they want from you. So if let's say your experience and your knowledge is sufficient enough, then of course they will just onboard and employ you. So from this career development portion, we provide different trainings for our students. We provide workshops. We just wanted to share a video about the student development. I just wanted to pause here. So on the video, right, you can see on the most right, you can see there's a boy there. He's actually anak Sabah. So he's actually from KK, and then he's actually studying with us for the RMIT program, the Australia program. So he's doing well. He's also one of our student ambassador, where student ambassador actually have a lot of like different responsibility within the campus to actually help us in terms of like development or even marketing. So this student actually gained a lot of experience during his study, and he's only just started his RMIT program at the beginning of the year. So he has another 1.5 years with us. So even though it's only halfway through his studies, he already gained so many experience in terms of helping us in different how to say, work. Okay, so let me just get back to my slide. All right. So just now when you see, when you were witnessing the video, basically we have different clubs, and the students are actually, I mean, for them to actually promote their own society. So for example, in Singapore Institute of Management, we actually have a Malaysian community club where our Malaysian students actually showcase about Malaysian culture to different students, because we have a lot of students from different countries. So some of them, they might not visited Malaysia before. So it's our students, Malaysian students' pride to actually share about our Malaysian food, our Malaysian culture, even showcase about our Malaysian sort of like festive events, what we actually do during our festive events and stuff like that. So each country, they have their own society where they share. So that is why during your development or during your studies, you'll be able to experience all this as well. So just now I mentioned about we have a close collaboration between the employers in Singapore. So these are the companies that we are collaborating with, where we have students that visited, even work there, and also they also come over to our campus for career fair that we host every year for interviewing students on the spot. So some of the students, even they haven't graduated yet, but they already get offers to actually work for these companies. So as I mentioned, starting from year one, you're actually exposed to all this. It's only for your how to say, decision whether you want to participate in all these fairs or not. So going to the average salary that we actually calculate from our students, how to say, when they graduate. So these are the average salary that you get. So for example, if you're talking about the University of Wollongong program, they have the highest average in terms of fresh graduate when they get the job in Singapore. It's because University of Wollongong with us, they are offering the computing program. So from here, you can see that IT is very in demand, and also you'll be able to get this amount of pay when you started working in Singapore for a fresh graduate. So just to share few alumni that we have, this student, Clement Chai, he is actually from KK. He's also anak Sabah. Right now, he's currently working in Singapore. He graduated quite some time ago, but last year, he from his LinkedIn page, you'll be able to see he's actually a co-founder for a digital agency. So despite COVID, he managed to actually have this company online also during the pandemic. So this is a very good, how to say, example that if let's say you started off studying in Singapore, the experience that you can get, the economic environment that you were able to witness, you'll be able to build you and to also have these sort of opportunities in Singapore. So other than that, we also have another alumna. She is from Tawau, Sabah. She actually did her master as well with NTU in terms of international relations. So if you can see, right, her experience, there's a lot of it, and she's actually specializing in economics and finance, but she's also very into political political environment. So for example, here in the publication site, these are the articles that she actually posted, and some of it is also related to Sabah. So if let's say you're interested to know more, you can actually go to her LinkedIn page to actually get into her articles in terms of what she's actually discussing and sharing about the political side. So this is also a very proud student from Sabah. where you can actually maybe use her for an example for achievement. So right now she's based in KL as a researcher. So nonetheless, she's very successful right now. So this is just an example that students can actually obtain the potential, how to say, career that they can get. So just to sum it off, I have a short video here, but I'm going to share it on Google Drive. Just hold on.
Take your time.
No problem.
We have the time now.
Okay. Okay. Because I didn't know that, so I was a bit rushing.
Don't worry.
The world you live in might not be the world you graduate into. To prepare for the unknown, you need skills that let you adapt to any situation or to various work environments. At SIM, we equip you with a global perspective and prepare you for an ever-changing workplace. With the right preparation, you can create your own future.
So that's just a short message. The voiceover is basically is actually our UB University at Buffalo, the director of the program that is based in Singapore. So he has a very soothing voice. So we wanted him to actually have this short promo voiceover for our video. So having said that, we actually want students to have a global age where students prepare for globalization work. So for example, if you're working right now, a lot of companies, they are very globalized, where they have clients from different countries, where they have like different branches in different countries. So we want students to actually prepare for that. So that is why in SIM, we want students, in terms of like, other than going for an globalized degree or globalized qualification, they will also need to leverage on the support system that we have lined up for them. For example, different workshops, different companies networking. So these are the globalization skills that they can gain from throughout the experience from taking all these different workshops in Singapore. All right. So that's about it for my presentation, but I'm going to share one more section about our institute. So basically we are having this challenge for our Malaysian students that are aged from 16 to 19. So basically from 4 up to STPM level, you are able to join this BU challenge. So build your university challenge, where we want students to express themselves in terms of what they want or what they are looking at into their ideal university. So for example, if you're taking an engineering program or a business program, what you want to learn in that program and what sort of activities you want it to be embedded with. So for example, you want a university with hundreds of facilities, or like a gymnasium, or even like a swimming pool. So you can include that idea into your presentation. So how does it work? We just want students to actually submit a video and introduction about this year, when we just had the MCO, what students would and how they actually learn from their experience and how they develop themselves. So more details on this is on our website. Students can actually scan this code or even contact me directly, WhatsApp, or even call me. Then I can explain more further details. So students that participate, you'll be able to get certificate for this program. And also for the winners that has the best ideas, you'll be able to win prizes on this amount, first, second, third, and also constellation. All right. So our registration deadline was last week, but we extended up to 18th of April. That's all from my side. We have an office basically in KL. So our representative office is mainly helping students in terms of applying to Singapore with us, and also to help them with their application and whatsoever. So before COVID, so thank you so much for your time.
Because it seems Zakwan is stuck, you know. But Yogi, it was good to know your
classes
experience.
conducted during pandemic.
Sorry, Mr. Moderator, sorry, your line was cut off, so I didn't get your question, so sorry. Do you have a question or?
Yeah.
Yeah, could you repeat your question?
question? Because your video was lagging, so I didn't get the question.
Could you hear me now? Is it clear now? Oh, all right. Okay.
Yes, please.
The first question would be tuition fees, and the second question would be how Singapore and especially SIM tackle on the issues on classes conducted during pandemic COVID-19.
Okay, so let me share my screen again. So I wanted to have something to look at so that it's easier for our audience to visualize. So just hold on, let me just open. We are fortunate enough that we previously already have this online system. So for example, University of London, worldwide they actually have online programs for students to actually take. So you don't have to actually go to a physical classroom, or you don't have to actually go for a physical center to take this University of London program. So you can study online. You can actually go for exams during to an examination center. So for example, University of London, we have an examination center in KL, British Council, that you can actually go for the exams there. So that is why for University of London program and also our other university partners, we already have this online or hybrid kind of learning beforehand, because some of the syllabus are also taught online previously. So that is why we are able to adapt quickly into the hybrid learning. But to be honest, the online learning is not suitable for physical class studies. So that's my take for the online studies. Thank you, Mr. Moderator, for your question.
All right, thank you, Mr. Wong Yokyao from SIM Singapore. Before we're moving to our final presenter, Xiamen University by Miss Jessica Hong, I would like to remind all of us here that our ceremony today will be officially closed by the Sabah Director of Education, Datuk Dr. Misrin Binti Radin, and I hope we will all continue to be online for the closing ceremony. As a flashback, for the 8-day programs, for your information, Sabah Education Department Student Career Education Forum Tour 2021 has been running since March 29 and was officiated by YB Datuk Haji Muhammad Harifin bin Haji Muhammad Arif. Including today, there are 8 forum and talks has been organized. From 29 of March, there are already conducted Mara Career Talk, and on the afternoon, there are business figures talk. On the 30th of March, there are technical courses talk and career forum on 31st of March. While on the 1st of April, there are vocational matriculation, religious school, IPG, KTE and SMA briefing talk. While on the 5th of April, there are universities and GLC talk, and yesterday on the 6th, on this Tuesday on 6th of April, there are education, university and GLC talk, and there are education and scholarship talk on the 6th and 7th of April. And today, there are forum and talking about studying abroad. Without further delay, we goes to our next presenter, our final presenter from Xiamen University, Miss Jessica Hong, Student Recruitment Office Executive. Miss Jessica.
Hi everyone. Yes. So hi everyone. My name is Jessica. I'm from Xiamen University, Malaysia. So first of all, thank you so much, organizer, for giving this opportunity for us to share about our campus. Today I will share with you guys about a little bit of information about our Xiamen University in China, and mainly focusing on our Malaysia campus, which is Xiamen University, Malaysia. So I will share my PowerPoint slide right now. All right. So you can see my PowerPoint slide.
Clear.
As their medium of instruction, but for the Malaysia campus, we are using English. And second point is they all are a local institution, but for Malaysia campus, we are private institution. Right? So for Malaysia campus, we are located at Sepang, Selangor, which is nearby the KLIA airport. If you drive from the airport to our campus, it just roughly took around 15 to 20 minutes to arrive. Okay, and you can see the beautiful pictures here. This lady is taken at our Malaysia campus. So last Tuesday was our 100th anniversary for the Xiamen University in China. So they had a very grand celebration. And from morning ceremony, okay, until nighttime, they have a gala night performance. So this event involved a lot of the students, including the alumni, okay, to organize this event. So a bit of information about Xiamen University. Xiamen University is one of the top university in China. As you can see from here, according to 2021 Best Global University Ranking published by US News and World Report, Xiamen University ranks number 18 in China and 42 in Asia and globally 297. And also, according to Nature Index last year, Xiamen University ranked number 15 in China and also 54 in globally. So Xiamen University also listed one of the 14 most beautiful campuses in the world. Okay, so in our campus in China, right, they provide a lot of programs like undergraduate program, master program, and also doctoral program. So as you can see from here, these pictures taken at our China campus. So in China, Xiamen University, their size are much bigger than our Malaysia campus. They're 10 times bigger than Xiamen University Malaysia. So this one also a picture of our Xiamen University in China. So moving on, I will share with you guys about Xiamen University Malaysia. So upon the invitation of the Malaysian Ministry of Higher Education to set up a branch campus in China, so Xiamen University accepted the offer. Thus, Xiamen University Malaysia was born. Okay, so we are the pioneer university from China to establish a branch campus in Malaysia. We established in 2016. Okay, this is the overview of our Malaysia campus. As you can see here, our campus is pretty huge, yeah, quite huge in Malaysia here. So everything that actually good for students, because everything that student needs, right, we all have inside the campus. Like we have our own accommodation for students, and they can stay inside the accommodation until they graduate. And like we have 2 blocks of dining hall, so students can buy their food, and we have our own mini market inside the campus as well, so they can buy their daily supplies, or they want to buy any food, they can get just inside our campus. Okay, everything here. Then we have 1 block of the library, and this in front here, 4 blocks are mainly for degree students, and the middle here and the middle block here is for the dining hall for the students. And this part here actually is for research center, research area for our PhD and master program. Okay. Then we also have plenty of facilities for students. We have a lot of the sport facility as well, indoor sports facility, and it's free of charge for students. And nearby the campus also there's train station for students, for those students who do not have their own transportation, so they can go there by our free shuttle bus. Then they can go to airport or Putrajaya or even KLCC. So it's quite convenient for students as well. So next, why study at Xiamen University Malaysia? Because academic qualifications here are recognized both in Malaysia as well in China. So student, if you are interested or you want to further study in China, study master program, or you want to look for a job, our academic qualifications are recognized. So no worries about this. And next, 80% of our academic staff, they are master and PhD holders. And 1/3 academic staff are from Xiamen, China, and the rest are recruited from Malaysia and other countries. So we have lecturers from like Taiwan, Hong Kong, even from Western country like Australia, US. Okay, and all right, this one also there's a lot of parents or students asking us if my kids or even I don't know how to speak or I don't know how to read Mandarin. Can I study at Siam University Malaysia? Yes, you can, because all the programs here are taught in English, except for traditional Chinese medicine and Chinese studies. Okay. Then besides that, as I mentioned just now, if you study at here also, after you complete your degree, if you want to further study in China, we will give this opportunity, or you want to do internship in China also, we will help you on this. So current population right now in our campus, we have more than 5,000 students, including 60% are Malaysian, 30% are from China students, and 10% are from international students from different countries. So we have students from India, Zambia, Korea, okay, Japanese, and etc. And as you can see from a picture here, of course, this one is taken before pandemic. So from the left-hand side there is during our new intake time. So our students, they're having their orientation. Then our president, he's giving a speech to welcoming the student, right? Then the right-hand side there is our event that organized by our student. So you can see there's a lot of different race of students, different nationality. They're quite enjoy in organized or even join the events. So in Siam University Malaysia, we offer foundation and degree program. So for foundation, we have 3 intakes, which is in April, August, and December. And for degree program, we also have 3 intakes, which is in February, April, and September. So if you are SPM and O-level student, the entry requirement would be 2B and 3Cs. And if you are a UEC student, you need at least get 3B, then you can join our foundation program. Okay, for degree part, if you are STPM student, program. Okay, so for master, we also have MBA, Chinese study, chemical engineering, maths, marine biotech, new energy science. For PhD, chemical engineering, maths, and new energy science. So for foundation program, it's 1 year duration. Okay, so the total fee would be 14 for foundation in science. For foundation in arts is 13,000. For foundation in arts. Then moving forward, this one is the degree program. So we do offer arts program, maths program, IT program, as well as science program. So you can see from here, the duration to complete the study for art program mostly is 3 years. Okay, then IT program would be 4 years. Then fee per year would be 23,000 to 24,000 per year. And for IT program would be 25,000 and 26,000 per year. This one is the science degree program. So science program also take 4 years to complete. And traditional Chinese medicine is 5 years to complete. And only this course, this program, traditional Chinese medicine, last in their final year, student can go to our main campus, Siam University, China, to complete their practical training. While the others program need to complete their degree in Malaysia campus. Okay, moving on, this one is the scholarship for our students, for Malaysia students. So if you are SPM and O-level students, you can get 10% scholarship if you have 3 A's in your result. Grade A includes A plus, A, and A minus. So if you have more A's in your SPM or O-level, we can give you more scholarship. Even you have 10 A minus, then we will give you 100% scholarship as well. So if you are UEC student, 1A we give 5% scholarship, then up to 7A, 100% scholarship. For STPM and A-level student, 1A 25%, up to 4A, 100% scholarship. So besides scholarship, we also have these study grants for students. So if you have any sibling that currently study at Siam University Malaysia, you can get this 15% off, or if you are teacher's children, you can get this 10% off. Okay? But bear in mind that if applicants are allowed to apply for either scholarship or the study grant, means that if they're eligible to get sibling or teachers children grant, or and they can get this scholarship at the same time, they only can choose one to deduct for their tuition fee. Okay, so we also have this Putra and Indian community grant. Okay, 20% off for the tuition fee. This one can add on top of the scholarship. So for example, if I have 3 A's in my SPM, so I can get this 10%. and I am a Bumiputra student, so in total I can have 30% off for my tuition fee. So I will show you with you guys some of the pictures here. So this is our student hostel. So inside the room, it look like this. Everything we'll provide for student. Okay, attached with bathroom. And hostel facility, we have the laundry room and non-halal food for students. So inside the canteen, outdoor sport facility. So all the sport facility here is free of charge. So students don't need to pay any facility fees. Okay, so during that time, our students will play sport as well. We also have swimming pool, gym room, indoor sports center, so students can play the, badminton or basketball, library, our labs. Then we also have free shuttle bus service. Okay, daily shuttle bus service go to nearby the train station, and during weekends they will go to nearby shopping mall. And we have prayer room, on-campus clinic, counseling center, and also on-campus mini market and printing service. So this one is student activities. So we have more than 50 student clubs and societies. So once they join or enroll in Siam University Malaysia, they can join this club. So there are some pictures here, shows our student activities. Okay, so they're quite active in joining the events or organize competition, even campaign. All right, that's all from my side here. Thank you.
Now it is time for us to
watch the video from Siam University of Malaysia, and it will be played from our Conti here.
While waiting for the video, I think I need to ask a question from the same question I asked the previous presenter, how Xiamen University tackle on the issue on learning
during the pandemic, and how classes conducted that during that pandemic.
All right. Currently, because of the pandemic, right? So all the classes right now will be in online. So starting from last year intake, then our campus right now also haven't opened to visitors yet. So our students, they all will go for learning, online learning right now. So we hope that the pandemic will getting better, then our students will go back to campus. Yeah.
How well they're doing, the students doing to adapt with the online learning?
So far, I think they are used to it already. Maybe at the beginning they can't used to it because they can't see their lecturer or can't see their friends face to face. So they quite struggle on it. But after we few intakes or after few months, then they are okay with it. Yeah.
So that's mean the students are going okay with it. How about the lecture?
Lecture as well. So I think most of our lecturers right now also they already used to it when everything go online. while they're okay.
All right, before we're moving to the video, as a reminder to all of you that our ceremony, our forum today will be officially closed by the Sabah Director of Education, and I hope all of us
be online for the closing ceremony. While we're still waiting for the video. Okay, we're moving to our short commercial break before we are moving to the video.
Hai, saya CR Stanley. Tahukah anda bahawa sektor pembangunan murid Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah akan mengadakan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah 2021?
Marilah bersama-sama kami menyaksikan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021.
Jangan lupa bersama kami dalam menyaksikan Siri Jelajah Forum Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021.
Tokoyo Piale Monsio Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Jabatan Pendidikan Sabah 2021.
Hai, saya CR Stanley. Tahukah anda bahawa sektor pembangunan murid Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah akan mengadakan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah 2021?
Marilah bersama-sama kami menyaksikan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021.
Jangan lupa bersama kami dalam menyaksikan Siri Jelajah Forum Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021.
Tokoyo Piale Monsio Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Jabatan Pendidikan Sabah 2021.
All right.
All right, thank you, Ms. Jessica.
Xiamen University of Malaysia. Ms. Jessica Hong is a Student Recruitment Office Executive. That is our finale today from Mandaportman Woodward Independent School in UK. We go to Northumbria University. From there, we go to Southern Malaysia, Southampton University, Malaysia, to listen to Mr. Umar. From there, our focus had been taken away to listen to Heriot Watt University. From the warm
Pada 30 Mac, kita telah melaksanakan taklimat kursus bidang teknikal. Seterusnya pada 31 Mac, kita ada forum kerjaya dan taklimat kursus vocational, matrikulasi, sekolah aliran agama, IPG, KTI dan SMA yang diadakan pada 1 April. 5 April kita ada melaksanakan taklimat kursus di University dan GLC, dan pada 6 April kita ada taklimat kemudahan pinjaman dan beasiswa kerajaan. Pada 7 April kita ada taklimat kemudahan pinjaman dan beasiswa bahagian swasta. Dan pada hari ini 8 April kita telah berjaya melaksanakan taklimat kursus pengajian luar negara. Baiklah, sekiranya tuan-tuan dan puan-puan ingin menonton kembali taklimat-taklimat yang telah diadakan selama 8 hari tersebut, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan bolehlah melayari YouTube channel Jelajah Kerjaya Murid ini untuk mendapatkan maklumat lebih lanjut lagi. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, kita berehat sebentar dalam majlis penutupan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid, Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah, Siri 1.
Hai, saya CR Stanley. Tahukah anda bahawa sektor pembangunan murid Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah akan mengadakan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah 2021.
Marilah bersama-sama kami menyaksikan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021.
Jangan lupa bersama kami dalam menyaksikan Siri Jelajah Forum Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021.
Tokoyo Kiale Monsio Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Jabatan Pendidikan Sabah 2021.
Hai, saya CR Stanley. Tahukah anda bahawa sektor pembangunan murid Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah akan mengadakan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah 2021.
Marilah bersama-sama kami menyaksikan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021.
Jangan lupa bersama kami dalam menyaksikan Siri Jelajah Forum Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021.
Tokoyo Kiale Monsio Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Jabatan Pendidikan Sabah 2021.
ribuan terima kasih kepada semua penonton yang mengikuti siaran YouTube channel untuk Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah selama 8 hari. Seterusnya, marilah kita bersama-sama mendengar dan menghayati ucapan dan amanat yang akan disampaikan oleh yang berbahagia Datuk Dr. Mistrin binti Radin, Pengarah Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah. Dengan sukacita dan hormatnya dijemput.
Terima kasih saudara pejabat pendidikan daerah, para pengetua, guru besar, cikgu-cikgu, murid-murid dari seluruh negeri Sabah, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian. Pertama sekali, bagi pihak Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah, kita mengucapkan setinggi-tinggi terima kasih kepada yang berhormat Datuk Sri Haji Muhammad Arifin bin Haji Arif, Menteri Tugas-Tugas Khas Negeri Sabah atas kesudian. Yang berhormat Datuk meluangkan masa hadir dan menyempurnakan majlis perasmian Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid pada 29 Mac yang lalu. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang dihormati sekalian, kita berharap semoga objektif program ini telah mencapai tujuannya, telah tercapai untuk memberi pendedahan kepada murid tentang peluang melanjutkan pelajaran dalam bidang yang sesuai dengan minat murid-murid sekalian. Di samping itu, murid-murid juga dapat mengenal pasti jenis personality dan kerjaya yang bersesuaian dengan personality murid-murid sendiri. Dan murid-murid juga diharapkan telah mendapat pendedahan awal tentang kerjaya yang terdapat di Malaysia dan juga di luar negara, serta kelayakan untuk menceburi kerjaya yang berkenaan. Selain itu, telah memberi pendedahan. Program jelajah ini juga telah memberi pendedahan kepada murid dan guru-guru tentang peluang melanjutkan pelajaran dalam pelbagai bidang keusahawanan, teknikal, TVET, STEM, pertanian dan lain-lain. Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah berharap kumpulan sasar iaitu semua murid tingkatan 1 hingga tingkatan 6 seramai 211,054 orang dan pegawai-pegawai hal ehwal murid dan juga pengetua dan juga guru-guru bimbingan dan kaunseling di 24 buah pejabat pendidikan daerah di seluruh negeri Sabah telah mendapat info yang tepat dan bermanfaat demi kebaikan murid-murid kita. Hari ini merupakan hari terakhir program Siri Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid. Bagaimanapun tuan-puan dan murid-murid masih boleh menonton rakaman ini dari semasa ke semasa di dalam portal rasmi Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah ataupun melalui pautan YouTube Sektor Sumber dan Teknologi Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah. Sektor Sumber dan Teknologi Pendidikan Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah dan diharapkan agar murid-murid dan guru dapat melayari pautan yang diberikan dan boleh ditontoni di mana-mana dan pada bila-bila waktu. Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah mengucapkan setinggi-tinggi terima kasih dan penghargaan kepada semua ahli panel dan penceramah undangan dari sama ada dari pihak korporat ataupun dari universiti tempatan atau universiti luar negara. Begitu juga dengan moderator dan juru acara yang terdiri daripada pegawai-pegawai dari beberapa institusi pendidikan kerajaan dan swasta yang terlibat sama dalam program ini selama 8 hari. Semoga kerjasama erat kita dapat diteruskan pada di masa hadapan demi kemenjadian murid-murid kita. Terima kasih juga saya ucapkan kepada semua sektor di Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah dan terutama sekali sektor sumber dan teknologi pendidikan yang telah berada bersama-sama kita selama 2 minggu di Wisma Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah untuk memastikan siaran live streaming berjalan lancar. Dan saya juga ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada pengarah program iaitu Puan Mardiana Haji Muhammad Ibnu. Terima kasih. Dan semua petugas daripada sektor pembangunan murid dan semua sektor yang terlibat selama 8 hari ini. Tuan-tuan telah bekerja begitu keras dan sangat teratur, dan saya ucapkan setinggi-tinggi terima kasih. Ini menggambarkan jabatan kita dapat melaksanakan satu tugas mega yang saya ingat mega yang pertama untuk tahun ini, dan kita mudah-mudahan kita dapat meneruskan lagi pada masa-masa akan datang kerjasama seperti ini. Dan kepada semua sekolah, khususnya guru dan murid, kami berharap agar murid-murid dapat mendapat manfaat daripada program ini, dan rajin-rajinlah mengulang tayang, mengikuti semula live streaming melalui YouTube yang terdapat dan boleh diakses pada bila-bila waktu, ya. Semoga telah memberi manfaat kepada adik-adik pelajar sekalian. Dengan itu, sekian dan terima kasih.
Terima kasih atas ucapan dan amanat yang telah disampaikan oleh yang berbahagia Datuk sebentar tadi. Pada kesempatan ini juga saya ingin memohon ribuan kemaafan andai ada salah dan silap sepanjang saya mengendalikan majlis pada hari ini. Madah diungkap, santun bitara, pantun dilantun, mengusik hati. Salah dan silap tutur bicara, pohon diampun, seikhlas hati. Sekian sahaja, salam hormat.
Hai, saya CR Stanley. Tahukah Anda bahawa sektor pembangunan murid Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah akan mengadakan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid Peringkat Negeri Sabah 2021.
Marilah bersama-sama kami menyaksikan Siri Forum Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid Peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021.
Jangan lupa bersama kami dalam menyaksikan Siri Jelajah Forum Pendidikan Kerjaya Murid Peringkat Negeri Sabah tahun 2021.
Tokoyo Piale Monsio Jelajah Pendidikan Kerjaya Jabatan Pendidikan Sabah 2021.
Hai, saya CR Stanley.